All right, gonna get your imagination percolating today. I am here to do a really fun Latte Love card. It's a great fun fold card and you're going to enjoy this one a lot. And it's great to know how to do this, to have it in your arsenal. My name is Julia. I am with Julia Sue Stamping, where I am passionate about stamping, coloring, paper crafting, making cards, and sharing the fun of how to do all of that with you. I am so glad that you're here. Thank you for hanging out with me for a few minutes. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to see how to make this fun card. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Northeast Ohio. I'll have all the details of everything listed down below in the description. So if you would want to purchase anything, you can visit my online store that's also listed there. And if you use me as your demonstrator, thank you. I really appreciate your support of my small business. Also, my blog is listed down there, and on the blog are a lot more details like measurements and things like that. So you can recreate this as many times as you want with different elements. Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and bring all the different pieces out. I have the envelope that we'll use at the end. We have a piece of the basic white cardstock that has been cut to be 5.5 inches by 11 inches, and then it was scored at 3 3/4, and then I moved it over and scored it again at 7 1/4. So I'm going to be going ahead and using my bone folder and folding these pieces so that it makes the base of the card. This is a Z fold card, so it's very fun with a fun little Z to it. And there is the base of our card. I have a piece of the Pecan Pie cardstock that I have embossed with a dry embossing technique in a folder. It is a hatch mark. Can you see that? And this piece of Pecan Pie has been cut to be 3.5 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And it's going to simply be layered right onto the top here. You can use liquid adhesive or you can use a tape roller. I tend to really like the Stampin' Seal Plus, which is a tape roller. So I'm going to go ahead and put that onto the front here and center it as much as I can and lay that down. Excellent. The next piece is going to be a piece of the Designer Series paper that I cut with the largest Everyday die here, and you can see that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere it and at an angle like this. So I'm going to pull that off and put some adhesive on the back, laying it down so that it's at an angle there. And then on the front, I have the sentiment piece. I cut a little piece of scrap to be 4 inches by 1, but it doesn't have to be exactly that size. The sentiment and all the stamps I'm using for this are from the Latte Love, and I'm using the Hello There, Let's Catch Up. I'm also going to be using this cup, some of the beans, and this really great coffee right there, or latte, whichever it is. I'm going to go ahead and use the early Espresso ink for the sentiment, and because it is a photopolymer, I'm going to put it onto something to help give it some give underneath. These do not have any rubber like a rubber stamp would, so they need a little bit of something underneath to help it. I do it as far over to the left as I can, and it's pretty good, but it's a little bit crooked. Thank goodness there are 2 sides to the cardstock. Let's try this side, and I'll see if I can get it just a little straighter this time. And I'm a lot happier with that one. Okay. go ahead and close this up for the moment, and then I'm going to make a banner out of this, but I want to be sure that it's going to go right over here. That's how I want it to end up looking. Getting my paper snips, and I'm going to cut the banner so that it is about halfway in, kind of eyeballing it here, and then I'm going to turn it over onto the other side and eyeball that as well. Since I am right-handed, that tends to be the easier way for me to do these. Okay, I'm all right with that. I like that just fine. And then I'm going to adhere that onto the cardstock. Here we go. So onto the card it goes. All right, now for the inside panel, I'm going to put a piece of the designer series paper that I cut from the Little Latte designer series paper. And this piece of paper has been cut to be 3 1/8 inch by 5 1/8 inch. I'm going to surround it with this piece of Lost Lagoon, which is only an 1/8 inch bigger, as you can see. And this piece has been cut to be 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So using the adhesive, I'm going to put the adhesive onto the designer series paper, lay that onto the Lost Lagoon. Excellent. This card is going to be a piece of cake, kind of like a really nice piece of coffee cake. So easy and fun to create. All right, so you can see we have one done and almost the second one. And then for the third, I've got a piece of the designer series paper that was cut 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. That's going to go right here and get adhered down to that edge. And then I took the die from the Latte Love dies. It's a bundle and they all come together, and it has a die I cut out of scrap paper with a piece of Whisper White, one of the cups. And because these are photopolymer, I can see right through the stamp, and I'm going to use a Lost Lagoon ink. I'm going to use the piercing mat as a pad for myself here, and I'm going to ink up the stamp, and then I can see right where I'm stamping down onto the piece that was already cut out. And then I'm going to put the coffee inside, the espresso or the latte inside with this great little bit of coffee, and I think I want my coffee cup to go this way. So all I'm going to do now is take some dimensionals. I'm going to lift up my cup, putting it into the card, taking the backing off. And now I have some little espresso beans I'm going to put in, some little coffee beans. So I've got the early espresso ink and the beans here. I'm going to put them underneath the cup or right by the cup. And then I'm going to put a couple over here as well with the single. And there we go. I'm going to just put some embellishments on, and then this, easy as a piece of coffee cake card, will be all done. I'm going to use the neutral adhesive backed sequins along with my take your pick tool, and I love these dark ones here. I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to do a second one right here, I believe. and then a third one right here on that designer paper. So that's it. All right, a fun Z-fold card with plenty of room to write a sentiment. You can also write on the back if you want, but how easy is that? And really cute and fun. And then of course we want to have a fun envelope with this card. So let's go ahead and get some little coffee beans on there, shall we? We're going to go ahead and take the back part of this envelope and we're going to put lots of little beans all over it. We're going to get them on there, turning the stamp around so we have different parts of the stamp there. And then I'm going to close the envelope and do some like that. Now let's get that single bean out here. Get some little bean action going on. And decorating the envelope just to make it fun and to make it so it looks different. I think anyone would really enjoy getting this. They would get the card and say, what the heck is this? But, you know, it's really fun to have, well, fun with your card. So how about that? We've got a cute little envelope flap now to go with our card. So these cards, being the Z-fold, fit perfectly into a regular size card, medium envelope. And yeah, so here we go. That card took no time at all, did it? It was so quick, so easy, and really great. It packs a nice punch, and anyone is going to love getting this card from you. Thanks again for joining me today. Please be sure you give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day with a chance to get inky. Bye.